Wall Street Journal's Gunjan Banerji is also a CNBC contributor and joins me now. I'm looking right now on Kalshi's homepage, Gunjan, and the trending topics, because predictions are more than just about sports, which is not a settled issue. But how high will Bitcoin get this month? 33% say 120 or above. We're getting closer. The New York City mayoral race. In what way do you think predictions and the rise of the predictions markets might give investors another data point to consider?
Thanks, Contessa. After the election, everyone was wondering, were prediction markets a one-hit wonder? Because election bets really are these platforms' cash cows. But what we've seen is that these markets have really expanded, and they are just so widespread. You can bet on everything from the temperature to Bitcoin. I was taking a look at Interactive Brokers platform last night, and one of the most popular contracts is, will Zoran Mamdani, the Democratic Socialist candidate for mayor, will he take the seat in the mayoral election? Where will technology stocks go with NVIDIA's rise towards $4 trillion? Will the Federal Reserve decrease interest rates this year? So these have become a barometer for investors and Americans to gauge everything from, the economy to award shows.
And I've heard it mentioned that this could be a hedge for a lot of REITs. There's even an idea that you might go in and put money down on, will a hurricane hit the west coast of Florida, yes or no, as a kind of insurance that might be more affordable than going and getting insurance on your mansion, out on Sanibel Island or something along those lines. By the way, on Polymarket, which is a global predictions market, but is not available to U.S. consumers, topping this global predictions market, the New York City mayor's race. What will the Fed do in July? And will there be a ceasefire with Hamas by July 15th? Okay, so that's Polymarket. There's a lot of interesting ways to go about this. In your opinion, when you see this, do you think that, one, you'll see more entrants into the field? Right now, it's really dominated by Polymarket overseas. Kalshi has made a lot of headlines because of its efforts to get the election betting in and to get the sports trades in.
Well, the Wall Street Journal reported that Kalshi now has a $2 billion valuation, and it is making a push to attach itself to more and more brokerages. We've seen these contracts, prediction contracts on Interactive Brokers. We've seen them on Robinhood. So I think we could see more brokerages launch these contracts in an effort to keep up. And let's not forget, you also have professional traders involved in these markets. I reported last year that Susquehanna International Group, one of the biggest market makers on the planet, they've been trading on Kalshi. So I think you could also see more professional traders in the mix. And they might use these contracts to hedge. Though I will say, in my interviews with individual investors, a lot of them are using them to speculate, to gamble in financial markets rather than hedge.
Yeah, and I think on Kalshi, Susquehanna is actually the market maker. They have a partnership with Kalshi.
Yeah, and Gunjan, that's my next point. I mean, you've done a great job at the Journal covering the retail investor. And, I'm sort of old school, where to me investing is about valuation, is about earnings. And millennials and Gen Z, it really is this sort of borderline between meme stocks and gambling and betting. How do you see all of these things coming together? And do you think it's healthy for financial markets when you have these generations coming up? They will be the investors of tomorrow, looking at how they invest in a very different way.
So I was in Vegas over the past weekend, surrounded by slots, roulettes, the World Series of Poker, you name it. And it got me thinking a lot about this. And when I came home, I realized the casino is right here. It's right on our phone.